class back and forth, right?
Oh, of course. This is this is relaxation. This is fun.
Oh, see?
You know, this
This is how you relax from the writing. Now, when you write, what's that process like?
This is more rigorous and intensive. And
You see? You see? I was just telling him that when I was reading this. I said, you were talking about Zen Langor, and I'm like, that's not how it is when I paint. It's like just what you said, intense, rigorous, very, very, very hyper-focused, and, you know,
Right, so
stressful.
oh, okay.
sometimes.
Writing is stressful.
Yes.
But it's good stress.
It's good stress, right? It's creative stress. But this for you, and I told him, I said, yeah, because your work is laid back. It's like it looks like you're laid back when you do it.
Well, I was.
See? See, Thomas? I got that. Yeah.
Very good.
So good. It's
She's
good to
very
have
astute.
that.
Yes,
I
very
need
astute.
something like that to relax. I don't
Maybe
know
you should
what
write.
No, writing. I don't like writing.
Music.
Yeah, I like music, but I'm not very good at it. I could compose. You know what I'd like to do?
I kind of do it. So
Oh.
computers make it easier.
So you get different sounds and you can do
Yes,
it that way?
but you can also do sheet music on computers now.
Oh.
And it'll MIDI. You can audit it
Oh, interesting.
as you compose.
I would like that.
Sibelius is the name of the program. A good night sheet music program. Yes.
Sibelius.
Yeah. After the famous composer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. These are like compositions. See, I think of my paintings as musical compositions. And then I always thought I would be interested in doing like choreography, you know? And like
dance,
and that.
I
Yeah,
forgot
yeah.
about dance.
Not the actual dancing, but the thinking of it, you know, and the music and all. Yeah, but writing is very painstaking.
Did you meet
I
Raphael?
don't want to keep you.
I did meet Raphael.
Oh, okay.
I want to keep you if you need to talk to others.
Well, we have
Well,
this.
good questions. I wanted to ask you, specifically if you had some comments about your writing in terms of philosophy and the readings that you do on art form, the forms of art. I mean, literally.
Well, I'm very into
Diversity in forms.
ethical philosophy,
Yeah.
and respect for otherness is a big like catchphrase for me, like a motto.
Yeah.
And like I'm very interested in how the social aspect. It's not just me in this world. It's not just there's others, and and how I relate to them is important. Levinas is the name of the French 1950s ethicist who I'm enamored.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's big for me, and I'm not sure how all I can say is that I hope that the sense of joy and happiness and relaxation, languor, Zen languor, that I experience as I paint is expressed because these paintings are me. You know, they're the trace of myself.
Good. Yeah.
So
You think of them as like self-portraits, kind of?
it's
You
very
talk about
abstracted. Yes, it's not representational,
Right. Inner
but like a trace of myself.
trace.
Yeah.
Like a handprint or a footprint.
Like a footprint, yes. Some kind of identifying marker.
Essence.
Yes.
Sure.
So you say my paintings, quoting you, my paintings are my oracles or augurs of a future sensuality. They do not
That's what I've been
predict the
trying
future, but they merely register the traces of its affect on me or its influence on me.
Right.
So the future is influencing me too.
Right. The future. Well, the future is what is still to come. It's the unforeseeable.
Right.
So you can't really access the future, but it has. There's some. It touches. This is absent force.
It's like the
Invisible.
dark matter that hasn't been illuminated yet, but it's still, there are presences that are there as well among the formless forms, in a way. I think that's my theory.
you can say it like that. I hear that.
Yeah.
But
I was very excited to see, the array of your readings when I went to your studio. That was quite fascinating.
Well, again,
I wrote down
I'm quite a poet, I would say.
Yeah.
So reading is very important to me.
Yeah.
And I have this term poesy, which comes from the British Romantics.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it goes back. It's like a tracing. It's almost like a half. It's like a between poesia and poetry. It's poesy, and I've kind of adapted it to mean like it's just doing things from the Greek root. You know.
Yes.
It just means labor, activity, work, and so everything is poesy. You know.
Good concept. Right.
So
Right. That's
this
a
is
good
a very
relation.
unifying concept.
Yeah.
Poesy. So these paintings can be considered like the trace of doing things. Poesy.
Transforming the environment.
Yeah.
So, in a spiritual sense, it could be also elevating the material world, sanctifying the material
Oh, right.
world.
And like, yeah, like,
Rather than
it's
just
like
allowing
expansion
it
of
to be material.
light, you know, like just the this
Transformation.
infinitization.
Transformational.
Yes, yes.
Well, that's what artists. I think artists are spiritual beings because they elevate and transform the material world, and they reveal inner truths. You know, and so people are looking at the world. They're visionary. So people who understand what they're saying, they see the world in a new way because of the artists.
Yes, we're changing the world. Yes, as artists. Yes, we're in a very subtle spiritual way.
Yes.
In the most intimately
incrementally.
Subtle ways.
Yes.
But and yet
But big.
nothing will never be the same.
Exactly. And that's why the artist's work sometimes looks so strange and incongruous to the audience, the contemporary audience,
yes.
because it's visionary
so new.
rather than reflective of what's already going on, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right, when Stravinsky had riots at the Rite of Spring, for example, it's an indication of how new and how spiritual he was as a creator.
Radical.
Yes. To the root means radical.
And the Impressionists the same, you know.
Yes.
Now everybody crawls into Impressionism to be safe and comfortable, but at the time it was looked at as the ugliest stuff going.
The beasts, or what do they call it?
Yeah. Well, the Fauvists were the beasts,
Yes.
but the Impressionists were just considered like crude and sloppy, and you know, I don't know what they said, all kinds of horrible. I mean, it looked horrible to them. It looked all unrefined, and you know. And now we look at it and we think, oh, isn't that beautiful? You know, like it's the convention now. It's become conventional.
Right. So it begins with this just microscopic, you know, microcosmic kind of change, like if somebody draws a painting in a different way, and then all of a sudden the whole sensuous,
The whole society.
the whole perceptive
Filters.
world, everything just comes under its influence. So it's amazing, yeah.
It is amazing. That's because artists are channeling. It's not just, like you said, it's not just about ego. You're channeling something higher.
The higher power.
Because if it was just about ego, like just expressing yourself,
be impotent.
personality,
Yes.
it wouldn't be as meaningful. It wouldn't be as universal.
No, it comes from beyond it.
It comes from beyond. It just
I'm
comes
a
through
conduit.
you. You feel that way with your writing too, don't you?
Yeah.
It's just something coming through
It's-
you. It's not coming from your own
It's like
mind
taking
or
dictation
conscious.
in a way sometimes. Yeah.
Right, like
Yeah.
Teresa, Mother Teresa said that she was like the
From
pen in the
God.
hand of God.
Yeah. The pen in the hand. Yeah.
As a writer, you know, like that was her metaphor. Yeah.
But that was an interesting point that you made before about how what we saw, you know, in the past as being chaotic art, you know, in terms of, you know, abstract expressionism, and how that really, you know, John Cage said that about his music, which was he was writing very indeterminate music, you know, with all different kind of harmonic structures and different kind of patterns and silences. And looking back, he said, you know, starting from Schoenberg and that whole breakaway, he said eventually it becomes melodic no matter what you do.
Right, because it becomes familiar and predictable on some level. After
And your
a
mind
while.
can read
You can read ahead.
it like
You can predict it.
you're anticipating
You're
each
predicting.
note that's going to
Yeah.
come, and it becomes
Even
a pattern
jazz
that
can
becomes
become
melodic.
like that.
Jazz is
And
like
jazz is
yeah.
improvisational, and that could be. I could find myself predicting in music what's going to happen. You know, if you're tuned in enough. But there was.
I love that Cage part. Yeah, that's very
That's
good.
great. Cage is really amazing stuff.
Do you like Leonard Cohen?
I'm too much into Bob Dylan. That's all.
Oh, well, Bob Dylan also.
Yeah.
But have you looked at?
I'm so very. I feel terrible, but I
Like
should
you're not
know.
interested in looking?
I'm very interested. I
You
should look into it.
Have you seen that concert that was done? I think
I
it was
did.
about 5-6 years ago. It was on PBS.
I did.
Wasn't that amazing?
Yeah, I saw it in the movie theater.
He's so brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
besides
heard
the
this
poetry,
really
but the
weird
music,
stuff
the
he did in the
band.
80s, though.
Yeah.
For like this movie soundtrack or something. It's really interesting.
Oh, this I don't know about. But that was not too long ago. If you look that concert up, I promise you, you'll get a lot out of it.